Hey there Knights and welcome to the series 15 of Unity Beginner Basic Tutorial series. In this series we will be making a health system and a damage script. We will be making a flow for a simple health script. In the future one will be making a more complicated stuff. By set, let's make it. Hey guys, welcome back. Today what we'll be making here is that we'll be actually making a health script with text damage and like that stuff. For now we will be making a simple health script. For later we'll be making a difficult one. Alright, complicated one. Alright, now let's create a script by holding the create and create a C# script and call it as a health. Open it up. I'm going to just delete this out. Now in here what we'll be making here is that we'll be actually making a health for a maximum and a current health, which means that the health should be taking in the maximum and a current health. I think you are not getting anything like that. So now what we'll be making is float. The float is that we'll be actually getting a decimal value. That's the like that, not like this. It's hard to make a int for this. So let's start with a float. Then a max. Make sure you use a capital and a H. Health. Alright. Now then you have to use a current health. Alright. Now after this, just create a start void. Just make a start, then hit enter. It should create itself. Now in here what I'm going to do is that I am going to make a max health script. That I will put a max health which is equals to 100, and down here I will make a current health which is equals to max health. Actually I can make it here, but it should be the case where we will be making a public, so we cannot access from there, so which means that this is in the safe side. Alright, now the just create a the update. This update is that counting a 60 frames per second. It runs 60 times in a second. Alright, so in a frame. Alright, now in here what I'm going to do, I will actually make a damage really quick. In this damage what it does is we will be making an if statement, as in the previous in this episode we have learned about the if statement. So in this one we will be making a if statement and a input. What this input does is we will be making an input. When we press a button called E in the keyboard, it will decrease our health. Let's create the get keyed out, open it, called get code.e, and close this bar. Now what this does, actually this considers the input of the mouse of the keyboard and gets the value from the key. When we press down, it will consider. When we press down E key, it does that. If you want to press up, you need to make it a up right there. We need to do this now. So in the here what we'll be making here is that we'll be actually making a current health which is equals to the type of value. What we'll be making is to decrease 5. So if you leave this like that, what it does, even you press E, it will make the 100 to a 5. We know we don't want to do like that. We need to consider subtracting it by 5 under the 100. So it will be 95, 90, 85, 80 like that. So you need to subtract it, which this means that you are going to do like the current health is equal to the current health minus 5. I prefer this way. It's like a more simple and easier to identify. Now come down the row and create a debug.log statement This log statement enables you to check whether is your script is correct or not. So after creating it, now what it will be making it, whenever we press this E, it will be subtracting it with then making it here. Make sure you don't make this script above here or afterwards it will not work it here. So now just close it and open here. Now before going inside here, I'm going to create a empty game object and just drag it in here, called it as game manager. Now in this part, just drag your script and put it here. This is because if you just keep it like here, it should be more sensible afterwards if you added more codes on there. Now let's press play and see what it does. If I play, it does not does anything. That's because the script does not compile. Just save. If you know, if you look at this as // it should not be like that. So close this, click S and open it again from it will be compiling your script. Now open it in the studio. Now if you go and hit the play button here, it will, if you go to the console, and you can see the value of your health. Now what I will do, I will press E. Now you will be seeing that it just compiles and it just subtract it by 5 for each time when I press a E key. If you notice that when I go all the way to the 0 and afterwards it just compile but does not stop, and it's like an infinity. But we don't want that to happen. What we need to do, open up here, come down here to the update. Now in here, let's create a if statement and call this a current health. Current health is a less than is equals to 0, or a less than 0 should do its job. So in here what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a current health which is equals to 0. It will make it your current health to 0 if it reaches to a minimum level after the 0. Alright, now do remember that we have actually used the float value over the way here. So which means that if you go to 0, then minor changes, that 0.987 and all those stuff will be actually considered here. So if you make it a this value like a 0.1, so it should not do like that, right? So what you will do here, instead of doing a this, I will set it to a 1, also equals to 1. If it's less than or equals to 1, it should make it a 0. Let's go and test it of that. Alright, press play. Make sure you click the clear on play. That's really helps you to make it. If I hit hit E constantly, you will notice that after 0, when I hit that, it does not work at all. It just compiles, does not does anything. That's what. And we'll be making a much complicated workflow of that in the future videos. That's pretty much everything, guys. If you like it, then hit that like button. If you dislike it, you know what to do. Consider subscribing. Be awesome. Keep creating Hall Knights EDU. Signing out.
This video is made possible by my supporters on the Dreadeye. If you want more videos like this, then check out my Dreadeye page. Is in the link in the description. To stay up to date on my new releases, make sure you have follow me on the main social media.